Hello everyone, you're welcome back to my channel. My name is Beatrice. I'm an adult nursing student in the UK. I'm currently doing my master's and I share content around coming to the UK to study or coming to the UK to work. Today, I am going to be talking to you about what happens from the moment you apply until you come to the UK. So basically, every single stage you need to pass through, depending on the course, depending on the school, from the moment you click apply until you finally come to the UK. So if this is something you're interested in, or if you know someone who's interested in this content, please share this video, subscribe to my channel and like this video. Thank you so much. Stay tuned. Now that you have applied, or now that you're ready to apply, so in my last video I talked about the requirements you will need if you're coming to the UK, or if you want to come to the UK to study nursing, adult nursing to be precise. And one thing I remember I didn't share in that video was they would need your BSc transcript, but yeah, they would need it. So if you haven't seen that video, I'll link it somewhere up here, just so you can take a look and so you don't miss out on anything we've been sharing so far. So you want to apply. Now you've decided, okay, this is the course I want to come and do. Irrespective of the course, it might be nursing, anything you want to come and do. So today I'm trying to be generic rather than focused. I'm trying to have a general view of all international students. So you're coming to the UK, you want to study, you know the course you're coming to do. So when you go into the university's website, you will see, look for your course, find your course, and on that page it contains the entry requirements, course requirements, information about the course, and then you have to click apply, because somewhere on that page there will be apply. I'm talking about those who are interested in applying for the courses by themselves. Some people prefer to use agents, but I did my application myself, and I feel like if you want to, you can as well. That's why I'm sharing this video. So click on apply and follow all the instructions on the page. It goes page by page and until you're done. So if you had all the requirements we talked about in my last video, then this wouldn't be an issue because you would have everything prepared for your application. Now, when you're done applying, all you have to do is wait. The school will have to review your results, certificates, transcripts, everything you submitted. Then they'll get back to you. So what happens is, if it's a nursing course, then you most likely would be shortlisted. If you meet the requirements, you'll be shortlisted because they would have to interview you. But if it's not a nursing course, then yeah, from this point, you probably would get a conditional offer from this point if you meet the requirements. So for nursing students, you get shortlisted. Then they send you an email to say you've been shortlisted, or we are inviting you for an interview. And you need to attend this interview, most likely on Microsoft Teams, sometimes on Zoom. And they want to see what you've written down in your personal statement, what they've seen in your transcript. If you can voice that out, like vocalize it. They'll ask you questions around nursing, ask you questions around your interest in nursing, why you want to be a nurse, and all those. So if you pass the interview, then you can progress to the stage where they send you a conditional offer. So it's called a conditional offer because there are conditions you would have to meet. For some schools at this point, it might be to pay your deposits. Some schools, it depends. Some schools, £5,000 deposit, £3,000 deposit, depending on the school. So usually a conditional offer would always have that deposit, the amount you're supposed to pay before you're given an unconditional offer. But sometimes it's not just one condition. Sometimes it might need you to write IELTS. If they're not satisfied with the English language proof you gave to them, they might say, okay, fine, we weren't really satisfied, we'll need you to write IELTS. Now, another condition you might see is they were not satisfied with your statement of purpose. Something might have been wrong with it. They might feel that it wasn't focused. So they'll request for you to write a new one and submit it. So depending on whatever those conditions are, you want to try as much as you can to meet those conditions as soon as you can. Because for courses where demand is high, like nursing, for example, if they see that like they've given you this offer and it's taking you forever, some of them might just assume that maybe you've been admitted somewhere else. and you're no longer interested and you just can't say to them, and then they might give that space or that slot to someone else. So you need to try as much as you can to meet up with your conditions as soon as possible. After you've met all your conditions and you've reached out to the school to say, I've paid my deposit, have you seen it? Or I've sent in my IELTS certificate, like my IELTS result, have you seen it? Once they've confirmed all of those, then you can do this, fingers crossed, because the next thing you would be expecting is for them to send you a new admission letter, which is the unconditional offer. It means that you've met all the conditions they expected you to meet, they wanted you to meet, and now you're already on the next stage. So once you have your unconditional offer, the next thing for you to do is to prepare for CAS. Your CAS is the confirmation of acceptance. You would need this for you to be able to apply for your visa. So if you have your CAS, then you can apply for visa. But if you don't have it yet, you can't proceed to that stage. For some schools, the CAS process is very easy. They just make you write and maybe answer some questions on how you're going to fund your studies, your knowledge on the course you're coming to study. Some schools it's easier, but some schools it's a bit difficult because they might want to do an interview on Microsoft Teams. For nursing students, then it's 2 interviews. But yeah, they just want to know that you know what you're coming to do, you know about the course, you know you have enough money to fund yourself, you have somewhere you will be staying when you come to the UK. Just questions around all of those. That's what's involved in the CAS eligibility interview. For some schools, like I said, you would need interview. For some other schools, they don't really go that far. It might just be you answering some questions on the Word document and send it back to them, and then they'll ask for the documents. Now basically you will need some documents for your CAS, and they include your TB certificate if you are in the country where TB is endemic. Basically most African countries you would need a TB certificate. You can check the gov.uk website. I will link it in the description box on the countries that would need to do a TB test just to be able to come into the UK. After doing your TB test, basically you can only do it in 2 places in Nigeria. I don't know about other African countries, but in Nigeria you can only do it in Lagos or Abuja, and like they're called IOM centers, and they are the only places in Nigeria where you can get that the UK accepted TB test done. And after you have your certificate and you've been cleared medically, the next thing you want to do is to provide your proof of funds. You want to show the school that you have enough money in your account for your visa. So basically, you would need your school fees balance, because now you've paid your deposit. You would need your school fees balance in your account, as well as your living expenses. Now, if you are going to be living outside London, you would need £9,200. I think 9,207 or so, but I'm not sure. I'll put it on the screen. But if you are living in London, you might need as high as £12,000. So basically, if you need to show them you have your school fees balance, as well as your living expenses for 9 months. You show it to the school so they are sure you have enough money to show to the visa application centers. You understand? Yeah. So when the school has seen your TB certificate, your proof of funds, then they are satisfied. They will then send you your CAS, which is your confirmation of acceptance. Now you have, they know that you're coming to school. Once you have your CAS, the next thing you would need to do is to apply for your visa. And obviously you need your proof of funds, English. So your CAS would carry information on the documents you would need to include in your visa application. It's nothing outside what you've already presented to the school. It's not like you're going to look for extra documents, except you have mistakes in your WAEC or mistakes, date of birth, names. That's a whole different thing entirely. But if everything is straightforward, then you don't need anything extra. All the documents you would have used before with the school are the same thing you would need in your visa application. And your CAS would also carry the documents you would need to apply for your visa. So you want to show your proof of funds to UKVI and your English, of course, English. Can you speak English? Your IELTS, WAEC. The school would let them know in your CAS what exactly they've considered to say, okay, incoming students can speak English, understand English, and do all sorts in English. So yeah, that's it. Once you apply for your visa and it's accepted, like granted, and then you book your flight, come into the UK and start chilling. I'm joking, you're not coming to chill, you're coming to read book. But yeah, that's basically it. So when you apply, the next thing that you'd expect is to get a conditional offer. Once you fulfill the conditions, you get an unconditional offer. Once you do that, and you present all your documents you would need for CAS, and then you get your CAS. And once you get your CAS, you apply for your visa. And once you get your visa, you book your flights. And jackpot. Yes. Yeah, I know it sounds a bit like it sounds a lot, but people do it every day. It just takes determination to say, I'm doing this and I'm doing this now, rather than later, or to procrastinate to say next year. So if you start from gathering the documents, it always starts from there. Gather your documents, gather the requirements, and once you get it, you have it. Do you know, like once you have all the requirements ready, the next thing is to apply. Once you apply, the ball is rolling already. So wake up today, think about this, and apply. Thank you so much for watching. Please share this video, subscribe to my channel. I'm seeing views, but you people are not subscribing. Please subscribe to my channel and help me grow. And comment down below if you have any question or video suggestions you want me to do. I have a list of videos already, but we can always make exceptions, right? Yeah, thank you so much. Bye now. Have a nice week. Thank you.